I'm back at the site with the haul truck and the 250. This is the pond clearing site where I cleared everything. It's sat here for a little while now. It's probably dried out a little bit. I'm gonna go down there and see if I can't start a burn pile this morning. Starting to get some of that stuff burn up. Probably get the truck started up and haul some of this down here or down there from up here, so I don't have to track it so far. Then I'll probably get started on, got some trees up here around the house we're going to take down. A few of those great big pine trees that are leaning towards the house, and kind of clear it up a little bit and get some of those away from the house a little bit. Well, let's get to it. Well, that one wasn't too hard to get started. Had some dry brush on my old burn pile up there. I grabbed it. I'm going to take some of these dryer sticks and put on top of it. So I got the fire started, burning a little bit of this stuff up. Now I'm grabbing some of the most dry stuff along the back of the pond dam that I cleared a couple weeks ago. The wind is blowing in the worst possible position it could be blowing. I want it to go that way because I got to haul all the stuff and dump it right here and then sit, and then the wind blows this way. And after setting the machine on my machine on fire last weekend, I really don't want to sit downwind of the fire. So I'm just going to put some of this on there and let it do what it's going to do, and I'll go up there and work for a while and come back down and pile some more of this stuff on there. Don't really want all that big stuff, I just want the little branches. Catch up and do a little more clearing. Probably go ahead and haul some of that brush down from the head section, get me a few loads piled up right there. At least it'll get some of that stuff closer down here. So I stacked some stuff on there, but I'm just going to let that kind of burn out today and not put anything else on it. The wind is not in my favor today. It's pretty much blowing exactly where I need to sit, because I'm going to go get the haul truck and start hauling stuff down here and dumping it right here. So therefore the machine's got to sit right here, exactly where the wind's blowing, which is not good. So I'm just going to let that do what it's going to do and haul some brush down here so it'll be ready whenever Mother Nature decides it wants to have the wind blow the right way. First load of brush. Let's go see how well it goes. Maybe I won't get stuck on the slick mud. falls off by the time you get down there. I'll clean up a little bit so I can move down. Need to spin this around. Move the stump space in the front of the truck. They stay in the truck a little better when the stump, the heavy part, is not hanging over the tailgate or the end of the bed. Is you just mash all this crap in with the mud, and it makes it very difficult to clean it up. So you kind of just end up with a giant pile of mud sticks like that. That's going to have to go in a hole. Gotta put some washer fluid in here. So I've hauled all the brush from up here to that pile down there this morning. Got it pretty much all stacked down there, just dumped out of the dump truck. Now I'm coming down this side. I just loaded up another load. I got another 2 or 3 loads. I'm gonna get this and just kind of clean this edge up some, get it piled up on that end of the pond dam, where pretty much all I have to do is just grab it and walk it down there. Fire's pretty much burned itself out. Wind's still blowing this way, so instead of suffocating myself all day, I'll just wait till the wind blows the opposite direction. I'm coming up here to the house now. I'm gonna pretty much take down every pine tree here to the house. Clean up this section, get rid of all these big gnarly trees that are so close to the house that could fall on it and possibly do some severe damage. And pretty much just clean up this side of the yard. That'll open up their view to the pond as well. So I'm going to start right here, drop these down, and get probably 3 of them down, and go ahead and get them cut up and work on some more. And I'll probably load some brush up and go ahead and haul it down there to the burn pile, or the dam at least, while it's dry outside. Timber. here in the open. I gotta stay away from that power line. It doesn't want to go. It's all hung up in that other tree. Not anymore though. Hop out with the chainsaw real quick and cut these up and go ahead and get a couple more down on the ground. So you kind of got to pick the trees you take down one at a time so you have room to drop the other ones. But also, like those big ones right there, I need to be able to get right here to push those two down at one time. So this one right here has got to come out next. Exactly going where I want it to. Now it will. There we go. Super. Now I'm going to drop those two small ones right there in between the big double trees. Then I can push those two at one time that way, or I may go ahead and grab this one so I have a little better control over those two big ones there. Break them off. Kind of want that one to go. It's all hung up in that other tree branch. Knock that down. about the 250. It has the power to dig it up or break it off one. Maybe I won't slide so bad. Try to push it now. It's kind of all hung up in those treetops too. Probably just have to break it off. When all these trees grow together like this, it's very hard to get them out. Alright, well let me get this out. I'll dig around that one. I'm going to go ahead and push that one over. Then I'll set the camera up when I drop those big doubles at one time. Alright, we're going to dig on the front side here. Quit freaking sliding. I'm going to sprinkle some of this dry dirt down. Dang mud is so slick. I'm going to start pushing the tree and all of a sudden lose traction. That stump out, so I'm going to have to push it over with the tree attached. Hopefully it'll rip it out. Get the tap removed on this one. I think it's ready to go. For a little while. The camera just doesn't do justice for the size of that tree right there. My head comes up to about the right there on it. That was a big tree. I got it cut up. I'm gonna get it cleaned up, and that's it for today.